What's up, YouTube? We are back with more Need for Speed Hot Pursuit 2010 Remastered campaign for the 100% gold and distinction run. So that's what we're going to be doing today. And to start things off, we're going to be obviously picking up from where we left off. I know we got some duels, some arms race time trials to go through, and just overall just see what kind of shenanigans that we can get ourselves into today. So in this event we have a option of either the Mercedes SL65 or the Aston Martin, and we choose the Mercedes. So here we go.
Although development officially began in 2006, the SL65 AMG Black Series is the culmination of more than 40 years of dedication to performance. One man, one engine. Each AMG 6-liter V12 bi-turbo engine is hand-built by a single engineer before it's lowered into the body. To optimize the power-to-weight ratio, the engine power has been increased to 661 bhp, and the car's weight has been reduced by 250 kilograms. Except for the doors and attached wing mirrors, all bodywork parts have been replaced for the AMG Black Series. A wider stance and an extending carbon fiber rear spoiler, a first for a Mercedes AMG car, improve the poise and grip and create a menacingly aggressive appearance.
Okay, I like the fact that there's an audio script that plays detailing information about the car, and I wish we had more of that. And you know, to a greater extent, older car models being left out in racing games, I do feel like that's, you know, a problem, because at least for me personally, we almost never get to see the Mercedes SL65 Black Series. The first time I actually saw this was in Need for Speed Most Wanted 2012 Criterion game. That was showcased in, I believe, a Gamescom gameplay demo, and honestly, like, still to this day, like, these two games, Most Wanted 2012 and Hot Pursuit 2010, have the best car sounds in, I guess, in the franchise, at least. Anyways, I know Drive Club, you know, that's in a completely different league of its own. But as far as, like, you know, car sounds in Need for Speed franchise, Most Wanted 2012, Rivals, Hot Pursuit 2010, I believe, have the best sound design of any game in the series by far, even better than the newer ones. And back to what I was saying about older car models not being in games, I feel like that's such a missed opportunity, because, you know, as cars become more electric, you know, or I guess hybrids, or like whatever you want to call them, right? You know, it's just not going to be as interesting. And also, there's just so many legendary car models that aren't being used in games at all. Like, you know, as far as like Need for Speed is concerned, or, you know, the crew or whatever, stuff like the Porsche GT3 RS 4-liter, the Ferrari F430 Scuderia, the Lamborghini Gallardo Balboni, you know, just to name a few. Like, we rarely see those cars in games anymore, you know. Yeah, and while, yes, you know, I do like newer cars, you know. I do like the new 911 Turbo, or the, you know, F8 Tributo, or the 296 GTB, or what have you. You know, while I do love those cars, like, I do think that racing games, you know, could also benefit for having, you know, older cars, or like older, more limited edition cars. You know, I can't remember a single Need for Speed game that had the 458 Special, or the I guess like the Zonda R. You know, you know, true limited edition. Oh, not even the Zonda R, but I think like the Tricolore. I know this game has the Zona Cinque, so and I wish more games, in future would include like older models, right? However, if you are going to, if it's a casual game, and not focused on, simulation and esports or whatever, like I feel like having older, more limited edition cars would be so cool. Now, obviously, if you're a game like Gran Turismo, like I'd expect you to have newer race cars, just because,
It's hard to say what sets pulses racing the most, the performance or the looks. The new Mercedes-Benz SLS AMG features a distinctively pure design, superior dynamics, and levels of safety and everyday practicality that are the hallmarks of Mercedes-Benz. The conversion to dry sump lubrication allows a significantly lower engine mounting position, with the resulting lower center of gravity enabling high lateral acceleration and scintillating vehicle dynamics. Power is distributed from the AMG 6.3-liter V8 to the rear axle via particularly light carbon drive shaft, similar to those used in DTM C-Class touring race cars. With its unique gull-wing doors, the SLS AMG is a classic of tomorrow, which takes cues from the legends of Mercedes-Benz. A long wheelbase and bonnet combined with a wide track and large wheels creates proportions that are unmistakably supersports.
And as I was saying, unless you're games like Gran Turismo who focus on esports, and race cars and stuff like that, I'd expect you to have like newer cars, because who wants to be playing a competitive racing game with older cars? Some of those people want to be racing drivers, and I don't think they want to be competing with decade-old cars, But if it's a casual game like Need for Speed, like having older, more limited edition cars as well as having new cars, I think that's a good mix, because I feel like there's a lot of car models that don't get used, car models that don't get used, that look absolutely fantastic. Like, I can't remember the last time any game had the 997.1 GT2, not the GT2 RS. There's just the regular GT2. I can't remember a game, of recent years that's had that. It's just something that I think about, as more cars are forced to get, electric, and, where are these racing game companies going to, use for their car lists, Yes, it's cool that the Rimac and the new Lotus make like 1,000 horsepower, but, let us enjoy, the cars, that we grew up with. So, I mean, that's all I really have to say about that topic, as I just ramble on. And yeah, as far as the next Need for Speed, I honestly don't know. I don't know where the franchise is going. It's sort of like up in the air. It's like Mass Effect. It's just up in the air. There has been no articles denying that Need for Speed has been officially canceled or just like ended production, but there's no article saying that it's in full development. And one of the things I'm like really like worried about is the fact that if it turns out to be another Unbound, where like you still have the same problems, you still have the same handling issues, you still have the same things that we've been dealing with, it's just gonna bum me out, because I would have thought that they would have at least ironed out some of these issues, like for instance the cars that spawn right in front of you at the very last second. That's really annoying. That's like the most annoying thing imaginable. And you know, that's something that's been bugging me in Unbound for quite a very long time. And the fact that it was never fixed in any of these updates really kind of just, frustrated me a lot. But it is what it is. I think Unbound is pretty much done right now. I think their last update was that lockdown update. So whatever we're getting in like what 1 or 2 years, I mean, I have no idea. I have no idea whatsoever. But as of right now, that's okay.
Countach is an exclamation of astonishment that a man from Piedmont, northern Italy, might make when seeing an extremely beautiful woman. Allegedly, this was the word that Nuccio Bertoni uttered when he first saw the design, and the name stuck. A single prototype was built and shown at the 1971 Geneva Motor Show. The first Countach, with a few necessary design modifications, including much larger air intakes in the car's rear shoulders, was delivered in 1974. Although not the first wedge-shaped car design, it is undoubtedly the most famous, and was the must-have pin-up car of the 80s. A total of 676 Countach LP 5000 QVs were built between 1985 and 1988, with the Countach being replaced by the Diablo in 1990. Improvements to the engine were made throughout the Countach's lifetime. With the LP 5000 QV, the V12 engine received 4 valves per cylinder, hence the QV, Quattro Valvole name, and an increase in engine capacity to 5.2 liters. The 6 double carburetors were moved from the side to the top, which improved engine breathing, but reduced rear visibility to near zero.
And yeah, I always love those informational clips. It really shows like a real attention to detail and a passion for cars, and a passion for what they're making. So that I always appreciate those. And yeah, I believe this is our last event, so I'm going to let you guys watch this in peace. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you guys so much for listening. On the road to 100% gold and distinction run for this game, so we can platinum it. And yeah, I'll see you guys another time. Take it easy.
Suspect fighting back. I'm taking damage.
Pursuit is headed off-road. Spike strip deployed. We're showing spike strip deployed at your location.
I repeat,
The Speedster name.